Welcome to our podcast Threads of Resilience, where conversations leads to healing, where we learn from each other, where we gain insights that are important to life, where we have conversations that are stigmatized or not generally provided to us. So, with us is Priya Singh, the founder of Together We Heal. Priya ma'am, will you like to introduce yourself a bit?
Sure, sure. Thank you so much for inviting me for this podcast. I'm really glad to have this conversation. And I am Priya, a holistic healer, founder of Together We Heal. So I have started my journey like quite before knowing the word of healing. I have started my
Really?
journey of solutions. Yeah. So before that, I was into corporate. I was working as a customer service, and then I was moved to performance marketing analyst. But then I
Hmm.
have realized somewhere that's it's something is missing inside me.
Hmm.
It's like I'm adjusting towards things, but I'm not quite happy towards things. What's that missing thing? But still, I was like, okay, let's do that. Let's because that's what.
Let's do this thinking like I'm missing something. Usually we do not think that I'm missing something. We just go on with life and just pretend everything is okay. So what led to this thought that no, I'm missing something, I need to do something about it?
So what I would always suggest to people or my clients that, whenever you have time, at least spare like 5 minutes for yourself every day. Let's just say 5 minutes. And just
Hmm.
think, are you happy about your life and are you satisfied with your life which is going on right now? I know we
Hmm.
all are working for the bread and butter because that's what pays the bills, right?
Yes, yes,
Still, we need to think about it. Are we satisfied about it? Because we should do something we love. And then we will be able to give our
but
100%.
get to know that this is what you love, healing is what you love.
I would say healing is about not only about, I would say a hypnotherapy or an energy work, or let's just say energy healing work. Okay.
Hmm.
Healing is not exactly a person is particularly meant to be broken. Okay. It's
Hmm.
for
But we are
everyone.
all broken in some way or the other. We just hide
But
it really well.
correct. That's what I'm saying. There are very few people who acknowledge those things.
Yes,
And time you acknowledge those things that okay, I have something inside me which needs to be healed, or there is something which is unresolved.
yes. So what
Sometimes
was it that was unresolved in your career that made you choose that no, I don't want to pursue this path. I want to go into something else. Like
yeah,
what was that trigger?
for me the trigger point was when I got pregnant. I was expecting my kid, and
Hmm.
then I took a break. Like for 2 3 years, I was like on sabbatical because no one was around to take care of the kid, and I was the only one who has to take care of the kid. But I was like, I want to do something, but I don't know. I'm unable to figure it out what to do. Okay.
Hmm.
I just
Hmm.
sat with myself. I was like, okay, what exactly one thing I have where I could think about and, grow around and I could help people because I love guiding and helping people. But I
Yes,
want to
yes.
channelize this thing.
Sorry.
I want to channelize this thing in the right way.
So how
So
did
when
you know you how like how did you figure out how to channelize it?
that's where I'm coming to. That when I was thinking that how to channelize those things, I
Hmm.
started doing meditation because after the childbirth, you had a lot of postpartum and blah blah
Yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah.
And well, doesn't matter how supportive family you have, every woman has go through this postpartum and which is very real and still being unaddressed in our society.
This is so true. I genuinely want to talk about it a bit. So postpartum, how was that period for you? Like you know for example, my mom says she never went through postpartum, but that's not true. Because of the hormonal changes, everyone goes through postpartum, right? Am I
Correct.
right?
Everyone postpartum, but it's that's what where belief system comes from. Our moms, our grandmoms, they have the belief system. They have the core belief system set during their childhood that okay, childbirth is something very normal for every woman, right? And you
Hmm.
have to go through the entire process like you have to manage the household, right?
Hmm.
It's your
You're not
responsibility.
allowed your feelings.
You are not allowed to express. You are just allowed to suppress every time.
Hmm. So what did you do when you were in that phase?
When I was into that phase, I was quite expressive. I didn't say
Hmm.
that I have been suppressed my feelings, honestly. I was
Hmm.
being quite expressive when I do have a very supportive family, honestly.
Hmm.
And my husband is very supportive. My mom in law, everyone, my sister in law, everyone is very supportive in my family. My entire
Hmm.
family, my brother, everyone, they are very supportive.
Hmm.
Then I was like, okay, I still feel that something is missing around, and I could feel that might I will just face the depression if I'll not get into those things and I'll not talk about it.
Can we say that postpartum actually led to this discovery?
You can say that postpartum led to that discovery, and the biggest reason for me for this discovery was the homemakers as well as the people who are, I mean, the women expecting mothers. Because I went into the job, so my story was quite interesting. So I have
Hmm.
started like I got the letter from interview call. I did everything. Okay, I got selected. Blah blah. I was like, okay,
Hmm.
I was selected by one of the best companies in Dubai. Okay,
Hmm.
and then I was very happy to join. Okay, let's join. I'll do this. I'll do that. And just joining, like before 2 days of my joining, I got to know that I'm expecting. I'm like, okay, that's a very good news. I mean, it's been like 2.5 years or 3 years around of our marriage, and I was like, okay, that's a good time to start a family. But then it was like, for 3 months or 4 months, I was like, okay, I should inform the company as well that I'm expecting. So
Huh.
initially, you obviously you are into that internship probation period over here, okay?
Hmm.
So I
Hmm. Hmm.
think I should inform them. I shouldn't be, something. Shouldn't be something like I'll just go and blast the bomb that okay, I'm expecting and I couldn't work, right? So I
Hmm.
just went and I was like, okay, I'm expecting and I'm thinking that maybe I will work definitely after that after maternity. So they're like, okay, let's extend your this internship thing for next 3 months. I was like, okay, let's do that. That's the procedure of the company. I was
Hmm.
like, okay, let's do that. We did that. And then I think that was my final trimester. I was about to like on my 7.5 months. And then I just got an information that the HR is saying because I was expecting, so she couldn't put me on permanent papers. So I was like, oh my
Okay.
God, that's something triggered me because a woman could also be a mom, a man could also be a father, right? But
Huh.
only women could suffer during these times because
Yes.
no one would say, because you are becoming a father, I couldn't make you permanent. When a woman is becoming mother, they're like, okay, you are going through, a lot of responsibilities coming on your way. We can't do that, right? So I was like, okay, let's see. They're like, okay, you just deliver the baby and then you may come back and we will try to put you on the permanent papers. I was like, okay, let's do that. I'm like, okay, I have delivered the baby. It's been like the 3, 4 months. I just went back and I think it's more than 6 months. Yeah, I just went back and I was like, okay, now the baby is born. It's already, she's 6 months. And they're like, yeah, but you still have a lot of responsibilities now because you have a
Hmm.
very small kid. I'm like, okay. And then after like 1.5 years, I have tried when my daughter started like nursery and everything in 2 years. So I was like, okay, let's go back now. Now she's going to school. I do have a time now. I could think about my things. So they're
Hmm.
like, okay. I mean, the entire market was trying because they were like, you have a lot of gap now of 2 years. I was
You.
like, that's something very, very much. That was my trigger point. That was my trigger point where I was thinking, no, we shouldn't be any woman who is going through this phase should never be face such things.
This is clear cut discrimination. Am I right?
Correct. That is. And that's where sometimes your trigger meant to be your glimmer. So
That's so
it's
true.
like that time you need to just position yourself to get up and just use those things as in your power that no one has the ability to fire you or to remove you from that role which you really meant to be.
Hmm. Hmm.
In corporate, anyone can remove you, but
Yeah.
as in mother, no one can remove you from this role, and this is really, really important for any woman. I think
So
that's
you.
where my entire point has revolved, and I was like rotating myself for 360 degree and started my own thing. I have learned everything. I got my certification. I started doing intuitions work, tarot readings.
So you.
Hypnosis.
You were really passionate about it, and you chose this with courage, determination.
Quite like intense from very initial. My intuitions were quite intense.
Hmm.
So I remembered I had a point when I was just discussing with my one of my sister that I am feeling like quite intense about my intuitions. What to do now? She's like, okay, let's start with meditation. Okay, she herself is
Hmm.
also doing the energy work and everything. I was like, okay, let me start. My mom is also very spiritual. I was like, okay, let's start. Let's see what's happening because people say that you can't meditate, you just went into meditation by yourself. It's never like you are meant to meditate. It's never like that. Even hundred of people are trying to meditate, but still their minds wouldn't be I would say silent enough to
To
connect their
meditate.
energy frequency.
So tell us, what did you gain from that initial meditation experience?
Yeah, definitely. And that was one of the, I think, best experience I had. So initially, I had like some kind of a thing which I want to fix on my own life. So that was like, sometimes you had some griefs behind. So I do had few, and I have started working on that. That's how I
So,
can work on that. I started
like,
like meditation. Yeah, I had someone very close to me, and I just saw them, going from this world. So I was like, okay, I had that grief inside me somewhere. So I was like, okay, I just wanted to, because that time I was very furious, why this happened, why it happened to us, blah blah, how a human being
yeah,
can be.
yeah, obviously.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I was like
So
too much
sorry
into
for
that
the loss.
furious thing. And then I was like, okay, I need to come up. I was just thinking that what's the point which is holding me back? There's some hope which is holding me back. That is for sure. Then I
Holding
started
back as in,
holding back in the sense like whenever if you will try something and you didn't get the success out of it, even if you are putting 100% of your
what,
authenticity,
what exactly was holding you?
that was the grief I had in my own
Okay.
life. So that's why I was unable to move forward and
Hmm.
thinking about like that what's happening, because this thing, the thing which I'm doing right now, that I could have been started a while before,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Like let's say 6 years, 7 years back, but I didn't, right? There was something holding me back. I was like, okay, what's that point? So the point which I have been realized after so many years, I would say the credit mostly goes to I have started a lot of affirmations during night, that I could release all the negativity from me, and I'm open to receive all the positive energy from the universe,
So,
and universe
talk
has helped me.
the grief. How did you exactly try and overcome the grief? Because the loss, it's huge. It has a very huge psychological impact on yourself, on your body.
Yes, so that we say the stages of loss which we
Hmm.
have,
Hmm.
when we lose people, when we lose some circumstances, when we lose the control.
Yeah. When we don't feel like we are in control, that's when the anxiety hits in.
Anxiety hits us, and we never be like, into the same emotional state we used to be.
Hmm.
You will see there is a lot of difference when you could just realize that you are into that grief. And I remember that when I have realized, I have cried like anything. I have cried at that point of time, and by the time I have connected to my higher self, try and during my meditation, when you hit
Hmm.
that 5D frequency, then
Hmm.
I could feel that, how wrong I was, that after knowing this entire thing, everyone has a purpose to resolve. Everyone has a purpose to life. And if you have been fulfilled those purpose, you are going to finish your work, you are going to go back. And sometimes, there is a lot of karmic lessons we have to go through. There are approximate 44 lessons every person has to learn in this earth. So
So, like,
everyone has this world.
what are these karmic lessons?
Karmic lessons is like learn to be confident, learn to be, release your anger, learn to release your emotional baggages.
Hmm.
It's like a lot. Learn to let it go.
Hmm.
Learn to understand your purpose.
Hmm.
And it's like by the time you will hit those things, it feels like you are coming home.
Hmm.
It's like when you are dealing with those baggages coming from back behind, you are carrying years and years with you.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
And then just realize that, okay, by the time you will free from those baggages, because I had like a lot of client and just giving them the therapies and everything about this baggage, the emotional baggage which we are carrying. Just it's like they are carrying from generation to generation. You are carrying those baggages.
Hmm.
It's not like you are carrying from this life, or you are carrying only let's say you had a bad relationship.
Hmm.
Okay, doesn't
Hmm.
mean that you had a bad relationship in this life doesn't impact your next life, or that it has fulfilled your karmic thread with that person. Maybe you are karmically connected to that person. That's why he came back to play a karmic role in your life, and then you are getting those lessons in life. So that's why they are coming back and forth into your each and every life, let's say till the time you will not learn that purpose. Did you see that some of the we see that there's a very intelligent kid, very sharp kid, very good kid, but has been died at the age of 9 or 10. Let's say we saw those cases, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like in the soul world, for those people, it's like group of souls are coming into this earth, okay? And if
Hmm.
I would say, hey, Chinmay, I'm going to fuel your car to go to Delhi. You just start your car and go to Delhi. But at the middle, you saw some resort and you're like, okay, I want to stay like for 10 days. I'll then move forward. And you're
Hmm.
like, okay, rather than Delhi, I'll just go and check the Amritsar as well. I'll just go and check the Chhattisgarh as well, okay? Or
Hmm.
Chandigarh as well. You just move, you were going towards your path. You have been sent to your path to go
Hmm.
to Delhi. I told you to go to Delhi, but
Hmm.
you have moved your car into different directions. So you were being distracted with different people, different circumstances. You will always have an option to choose. You will always has an option to choose, but you have to choose the right one. And if you choose the right one, let's say, because you don't know which one is the right or wrong, right? You
Obviously.
that when we are going into that direction, you will never regret that. You will never regret that, even if you have that those karmic contracts. Let's say you are losing money, or you are losing your gold, lost your gold, even you won't have that level of grief or regret, which people should have. Did you listen about that? That some people were like, okay, I have lost like my 5,000 rupees, and some people are like, okay, 5,000 has been lost. What to do now? It's okay. Let's move forward. They have that level of karmic contract. You have to lose that. And if you have been distracted from your purpose, okay, you moved your car everywhere, and then
Hmm.
you were like, your fuel has been over, you have to come back. You have to come back, but you didn't fulfill the purpose to go to Delhi, right?
Yeah.
Then during that time, the other souls, if other souls has been fulfilled their purpose, and they will be like waiting for you. Okay, we all have to go like together, because we have certain, like if you will say, certain plane or flights for the soul world as well. We all have to take that flight, and we are waiting for you. All the passengers are like waiting for you to come back and resolve your purpose. So
Hmm.
for like one time, I have sent you to Delhi. I have tried for the second time, I have sent you again. You did the same thing. Third time, you did the same thing. But at last, what I have the option, you just go on Earth, complete your work, and come back in like 9, 10 years. So during that time, we saw a lot of people going in early ages, a lot of children who are going in early ages, because like first 9, 10 years, you are very fragile, receptive,
Hmm.
understanding the world. You don't have like multiple filters in your mind,
Hmm.
right? Filter those things. And during those 10 years, what lessons you have to learn? Maybe you have the karmic parents, maybe you have a supportive parent, maybe you could see that some of the babies could have lost their mom, lost their dad, or maybe they could have some sibling relationship, something. So they will learn that lesson during that 9, 10 years of the age, or whatever they have, in a very short span of time, and they will go back and then take the flight of the soul. There you have to go with those souls. So you always have to find what purpose you have to do in life,
But
and the
then,
one help you, the one thing which will help you always.
then, the loss of a 10-year-old child affects their parents to the very core. So, how is this justified in any way?
It's not, I would say, that being justified, or being knowing the grief or understanding the grief will be fulfill any of their the loss.
Hmm.
The loss will definitely be there, but
Yeah.
maybe the parent would have that karmic contract with the kid.
So, we don't know our karmic contracts, but we are supposed to face them. How do we build up that kind of resilience, that kind of emotional capacity to actually do that?
Practically, if I would say, do you know monks?
Yeah.
So, you know about the monks theory, what they do every day? They are making a kind of a structure, or a palace, or anything. They are making a structure, very beautiful structure. And by the time the structure will get ready, they'll break it. They'll break it. Literally, they will break from their hand. That's the monks theory. of detachment, because they practice detachment every day. Every day. You can't detach with the things like, I will say, okay, you detach from every emotion, you detach from your parents, detach from your siblings, or detach from your relationship. No, you won't. But what I would say, learn the resistance by letting go. Learn the art of knowing things, releasing things, and don't keep it inside you to impact your energy.
But it's kind of difficult to release those emotions, the pain, isn't it?
That it's very difficult to release those emotions, where you need, I would say, a guidance, a person who will guide you, walk you through this journey, because it's not easy. Even if you, I would say, if you will break up with a person, you know that person is there, but still your heart will go like inside from your body. It will just feel like someone is taking it out.
Hmm. Hmm.
But you need to let go that feeling, that energy of that person. There
So,
are, who would, I would say, if in a relationship, let's say we have a very uh, trending thing of a leaving relationship, I would say, right?
hmm.
People who are into a leaving relationship or in a relationship as an husband and wife, they exchange the kind of energy.
Hmm.
They exchange all kind of energies, right?
Hmm.
Even if you will break up with that person, or even if you divorce that person,
Hmm.
still you will carry that energy with you.
Hmm.
Still carry those energies. Still you will carry those feelings. Still you will be triggered with those points. You'll feel like, the person came and this we were having coffee together, we were having Maggie together. You had a lot of like attachment with the energy. So
So how
there,
to detach?
during that, you need a cord cutting. You should always do the cord cutting with the person which is no longer serves for your higher purpose.
So different people have different attachment styles, am I right? So
Correct, correct. Some
what
of
are
them
the
are, some of them are anxious, correct? Some of them are avoidant. Some of
hmm.
them are disorganized.
Hmm.
These emotional attachment, that's came from our very core belief system of our childhood.
Like how?
That is being set by, I would say, 80% role of the parents. So that's why it's very important for our generation or whosoever is understanding, listening to this, how the kid's mind is being so receptive till
Hmm.
7. If,
Hmm.
let's say, if I will give you a very practical example of myself,
Hmm.
I have a daughter. She's just like 3.5 now. So she used to see that, okay, my mom is working, my dad is working. They both are working in the kitchen. They both are working for the laundry. They both are, going together for the shopping, for the groceries. Although that was initially, what was the part? Groceries, dad should shop and mom should cook. All right.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now, a kid has to see that, okay, what it is. So it's like 50-50%. Both of
Hmm.
us are contributing. So she will never settle for less. If a person will come and say, okay, you have to manage the entire house and you have to go to office, just do your cooking, do your utensils, wash your clothes, everything, she will never settle for less, because she has the standard, she has the mindset that, okay, that is something called a relationship, that is something called love. So we will be the one as a parent who will set an example in front of her for love. For a kid, if even if you will be angry, that's love. Even if you are giving them flower, that's love. You are hugging them, that's love.
Um, for the new generation, what would you suggest? Like in relationships, what do you search for to consider it as love?
I would say never ever always just fulfill your inner child, which is being unheard or not feeling safe
Hmm.
or not being there of my parents. Because I think 90% of the new generation is attracting the partners where they are feeling just safe. They didn't feel the compatible thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's not compatibility, right? And we always attract those kind of a partner who will like fulfilling somehow are triggers. I
Mhm.
would say if a person who has like absence of mom, let's say,
Mhm.
so the first thing that girl will build as a missing of trust. The very first thing. Because a kid is born till 2 years totally on mom, doesn't know how to differentiate mom's body or her body. So it's like feeding on mom, burping on mom, sleeping on mom. Mom's body and kid's body are same till two. So it's like till two they don't have the differentiation, and they form their trust from their mom in initial 2 years. So initial 2 years for moms is very important. But if that she was missing somewhere, or let's say till even the kid has grown up, but still mom is missing somewhere, because we know our lives are busy. We have a lot of nannies, we have a lot of people around to support.
Yeah.
But just your child and see where your kid needs your support.
Mhm.
So there you need to understand that even your partner, let's say,
Mhm.
if you are signing up for that partner who is not going to support you even during your, let's say, you are going through some phase in
Mhm.
with house, or let's say in your life, in your personal family life, not with your partner, okay, but
Mhm.
your partner will come and just say, okay, that is being happening with everyone, why are you being so bothered? Anyhow, you are going to dispatch with this family, what to do, what you have to do. So you are not into that
Mhm.
cage, right? You are with your
Yeah.
parents, you are with a family. If a
Yeah.
person is unable to handle those family things, tomorrow you guys is also going to have a family. How you guys are going to handle? Are you going to run out of
Shows.
that?
It shows earlier
Right?
signs.
Earlier science. You will
So
see. And
I'm so sorry, Priya ma'am, but we are kind of out of time.
oh,
So
sure,
that's all the time that we have. We have gained amazing insights from you and hope we connect soon again.
sure. We'll do that. We'll do that.
Thank you
And
so much for,
thank you.
sorry.
Thank you so much for this podcast. It was really a nice conversation with you.
Thank you so much for being on my podcast. It's really my honor. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm so sorry I have to end it early.
No, no, that's okay. That's fine. That's not something we need to. You are always being signed for those minutes in life that you have been signed for that person. So understand those things. We have signed for those moments. We have signed for those minutes to be with each other,
Yeah. Yeah. True. So
and that's yeah.
this is the end of our episode. Um,
Sure.
this
I
is
will be
I'm
honored.
Chinmay with Priya Singh, the founder of Together We Heal, and thanks a lot for this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Chinmay. Thank you.